record. So we stopped at event object. Now, I want Demola to read what you are seeing on the screen.
The events object is a special object that is automatically passed to the event handler functions when an event occurs. It contains detailed information about the event, such as the type of event, the target element, mouse coordinates, keyboard keys pressed, and much more. This object is incredibly useful when you want to interact with the event or get additional details about what triggered the event. Accessing the event object. When an event occurs, the event object is automatically passed as an argument to the event handler function. You can give it any name, commonly called E or events.
Okay. Now, in the last class, I kind of broke down the event into the user event, e.g., click, key press, etc. So these are the events. Then the event listener. I drew something like an hair. Event listener. Then the event handler. So this is actually the function you write. And this event, the click and so on, the key press, the mouse over, then the listener, which you had to the HTML element using the .add event listener. Now, I want you to listen carefully. When any form of event, for example, click, key press, any type, any form occurs, an object is passed as a parameter to this function. I repeat, anytime an event, for example, click, key press, mouse over, on blur, on focus, etc. Anytime such an event happens, an object is passed to the as parameter to the event handler, and which in this case is a function. If I go back to the presentation, you will see an example. If I just copy this, so maybe I'm not going to run it because the code is not going to run. It's not going to work because I need to define what element is. But I just want to explain, use this to explain. Now, this is the HTML element. the HTML. Oh, sorry, let me clean that. HTML element on which the event or on which an event can occur, like click, mouse over, blah, blah. Now, this is the listener, as the name suggests, listener, yeah? This is the event. This, as a whole, is from here down to this, is the handler, the event handler. Now, this is the object, event object. That is the event object. And mind you, it is not compulsory that it has to be called event. It can be a demola. But just know that once that is changing, then that means this must also be a demola. That is the object. And what is this object? It is the click event object. If the if the event is key press, for example, this object is the key press object that is passed. The key press object is passed. Where's my is passed into the event handler function as a parameter. So every event has its own details, methods, properties, and so on and so forth. Let us quickly demonstrate one here. I'm going to okay. Let me use the Visual Studio. Let me quickly go there. Open folder. Okay, hold on. Did I see Mary here? JavaScript. JavaScript. No. No JavaScript or backend. Let me see. Is there anything backend? Okay, let me see this one. JavaScript. No. Okay, I think yes, this is it. Okay, it's not this one actually. Where is this stuff now? Okay, let me try and see. Training, wanted, classwork. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, let me just open this. So I have HTML. Oh, okay, it's not even here. Okay, let me just quickly create one. So wasting my time. So let's say I'm creating index dot jx dot script. Where is it? Okay, it's still creating. Is it taking time to create? index. Okay, yes. So now let me just create no. What am I doing? It should be index.html, not JS. HTML. Okay, so now I'm going to create just an input button right there. So I will just say click me. Let me just give it an ID of BTN. Then I'm going to create my script tag here. The script tag, remember, is for the JavaScript. So now I'm going to create an event to undo any event on this button, right? Maybe, for example, click etc. So I will use the document.query selector. So I'm going to select ID. And remember, in CSS, if I want to select an ID, I will use hashtag, then the name of the ID. Dot, I'm going to add an event listener to this element. This is the element now because I'm selecting this element. So I'm going to add this event listener. And what's the event? Click. Then I will give it what? Um, the event handler, which is, I will just use anonymous function here. So, and I will just console.log I'm going to console.log the event object. So I will pass the event object there. Notice that I'm not even using event, this e or event as suggested here, right? Note, it is the common practice is to call it character e or event, right? You can call it anything of your choosing, right? But you need to give it a meaningful name anyway. Now, if I go ahead and run this, if I run this, now I have the button created. If I go to the developer tool, I will go to console. Now, if I click on this, just click, you can see the event. The event is printed out, and you can see that it has so many information that you can get out of it. For example, you can get the coordinates where you clicked. You can even get the target. You can get the target, which is the element itself. You can get, or you can also use the source element. You can see source element and target. They return the same thing. But if you go ahead and inspect the source element, you will see other properties therein. Similarly, the target, you will see other properties therein, although they are almost similar. So that is how you can have access to that event object. And I can do, since I can see target here, which returns me the HTML element. So I can do just target. Let me just see what that will return. If I do this and I refresh and I click, so you can see it's returning the element. Remember that this is the old element, the input element. So it's returning this element in detail. If I desire to just get out the value of click me, I can just go back and say ademola.target.value. Let's see if I run it again. You can see the value is click me. Is there any question? Is there any question? Joshua?
No.
Okay. Keep saying no. No question yet. Assignment you not attempt. Ademola, any question?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Favor, any question? Feromi, any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, before I go on, let's just do something with this click. So I can decide to change the background of this page. If I go back, once I click, I can decide to change the background of this page to another color. And the best practice is to separate concerns. How do I mean? We have three major technologies: the HTML, we have the CSS, and we have the JavaScript for the web. And if you recollect, the HTML concern is the structure of the page. The CSS concern is styling, or also called presentation of the page, while the concern of JavaScript is the behavior, the clicks, the mouse overs, and so on and so forth. So the separation of concern is this. It simply means that don't use JavaScript to change the style or presentation. No. Let CSS handle presentation. Let HTML handles the structure. How do I mean? Now, some school of thought may decide to change the style of what's it called, the elements right inside the JavaScript. So they might decide to do something like document dot query selector. Let me just use query selector. Then maybe body. Let me change the color of the body, since I have the body right here, body tag. Then some will use the style dot background color, background color. Then let's say um uh, let's say black. No, let me just say blue, or orange, or pink. But pink is better. Pink. So some will do this. Let's see. Let's even see whether it's going to work. If I click on it, you can see the background of the page changes from white to pink. But this is not best practice. And why is that so? The simple reason is because of concerns. There should be separation of concerns. Anything regarding styling, let it be handled by CSS. Behaviors by JavaScript. So how do I now achieve my desired goal by doing so? Now, I can easily create a style um, tag, the element, and I will say body, change the body background color, background color to pink, right? Or this time around, let me use black. Okay, let me just leave it at pink. Then instead of me changing it here, I'm not going to use the style property. Yes, the style property, I'm not going to use that. Rather, I will say to this body element, add a class list dot add. Then I'm going to add this. Okay, let me give it a body class there just to make it a class. Okay, I won't do that. So I'm going to add the moment I click on this button, you can see this is a button. This one, if I click on it, this function will be activated. Although at this point I'm not using the event object, so I can easily remove that. So it will now trigger this function. And what is this function doing? Excuse me, the function is latching on the body element. Then it will now add a class into this body element. And what class am I adding? I'm adding this class there, dot body. So I'm going to do dot body like so. So if I go back and refresh, right? And I click. Now, before I click, let's go and check the inspect the element behind the scene. Now you can see if I you can see here, please note here that there's no class attribute right here. If you just note it, by the time I click on the button, oh, something is wrong. The body, okay, yes, I've seen the problem. You can see that a class is added, but I went to add the dot. It should not be the dot because it's already a class name. So let me run it again. Refresh. Notice that there's no what's it called? No class name here. The moment I click, the background changes and the class is added. You can see now the class is added. How? It got added through this JavaScript. So I can decide to make it to as in to turn it into a toggle. Click, to take the what's it called, the background off, click again to return the background. So you can turn it into into a toggle if you so desire. So um, I can also use the mouse over event, mouse over. Yes, mouse over. If I refresh, just refresh. If I mouse without clicking over this, you can see it changes, right? So is there any question? Is there any question? We have 10 more
No,
minutes.
sir.
Good. No question. Joshua, is there any question?
No, sir.
You said what?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Feromi, is there any question?
No, sir.
Favor, is there any question? Yeah. I presume it's network issue. Now, let's move on. Okay, I think she has replied. No question. Okay. So that is majorly what is all about the event object. So you can do a lot. Okay, let's just okay, I've explained this one now. The type, these are all the properties that you can get from the what's it called, the event object. Now let's say that I'm going to change this to key press. I want to know the key I am pressing on my keyboard, key press. Now, so because I want to capture the character I am pressing on my keyboard, I will need to pass an event object. I'm going to call it undo. I'm going to call it char. So the character. Now, I will say console.log the char dot let me check first. I need to check to see how the event object is. So if I refresh and is it click? The okay, is key press. Okay. If I press my key here, I'm pressing. Why is it not? Okay, yes, I know why. It's because I need to call the event on the document. Right now, I'm calling the event on this button. But if I'm clicking outside, right, there's no way I can type on this on the click button. So I need to change it to the old document. If I change it to the old document or just the body, okay, let me try the body. The body too should work because the body element takes care of anything happening inside the window. If I press F, now I pressed F now, you can see, look at this thing, key. You can see that key, F. If I press H or G, let me press G. I'm pressing G, you can see, look at that character G. So which simply means that I can retrieve the character I'm pressing using the key property because I'm seeing the key property there. Now, if I refresh and press D, you can see D comes up, and so on and so forth. So whatever key I type will be displayed because I am using what? The key press event. Is there any question?
No,
No, sir.
sir.
Good. So we are going to stop here today. I don't want to go beyond the time. This is how many minutes? 6 more minutes. So I'm going to stop here. Then we are going to continue from where we stop on Saturday. We stop right here. So I think there's okay. Yes, we discuss what is called propagation in the next class. So, in the absence of any question, I'm going to give you an assignment, and I will type it on the WhatsApp group. I will let me pause the recording now.